Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about presidential candidate Joe Biden, leadership, standards, and bare minimums. We're going to do this because I got a whole bunch of people sending me messages today, and I didn't understand them initially. I had a whole bunch of people sending messages, hey, did you see what Joe Biden was wearing? What? I didn't get it. Then somebody sent the message saying, hey, you really took Trump to task for not displaying leadership, for not wearing a mask. Joe Biden wore a mask. Are you going to point it out? Fair enough. Fair enough. Joe Biden, giving a speech, some address, he wore a mask the entire time. There was a local ordinance saying that he should. And I'm sure he could have been exempted from it, but the ordinance existed. A presidential candidate didn't break the law. Cool. I mean, I'm sure that's wonderful for the law and order crowd. He followed the local ordinance. He did what was expected of him. He set the example. Yes, all of these are positive attributes. They are. My entire adult life, I have been around people who understand what leadership is and understand that you have to set the example. Sometimes you have to be first through the door. You have to show people what you want them to do. You can't just tell them. They have to see you do it. You have to set the example. And he did that. And I am appreciative of that. However, and this is a big however, that's standard. That's the standard. Joe Biden did the bare minimum. Wearing a mask in public right now as a candidate or a current public official, that is the bare minimum you can do to encourage people to wear masks. Yes. Is that leadership way beyond anything the Trump administration has shown? Yes, it is. Fair enough. But we can't let that become the standard. We can't let Trump's failure of an administration become the standard by which we judge other candidates. If we want leaders rather than commanders, we can't praise them for the standard, for the bare minimum. And that's what this was. It shouldn't even be something we recognize. Wow, a candidate for the presidency did the bare minimum. That wouldn't work in any other field of endeavor. You don't get praise or accolades because you meet standards. Yeah, it's better than Trump. But showing more leadership than Trump isn't a goal. That's most people's default. I don't want to get in the habit of praising people for doing the bare minimum. I don't think we should as a country. I think that's part of the reason we wound up here. If we stopped to clap every time Joe Biden displayed more leadership than the president, we wouldn't get anything done in this country. And this is coming from somebody who's a pretty strong critic of Joe Biden. I mean, when it comes to leadership, Trump displays none. So even the slightest display of leadership from Biden is going to appear like a huge difference. But it's not. This is the standard. What Joe Biden is doing is standard. He meets standards as a candidate. Cool. Rather than heaping praise on somebody who does the bare minimum, we should criticize those who don't meet standards. That's how we can hopefully get some real leaders in office eventually. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.